What is happening? It's been like a year and a half since I've uploaded anything new. Uh, actually, that's a lie. A couple of days ago, I did upload a Tech House and Minimal Mix, so you probably should go check that out. It's pretty good. But yeah, as far as any sort of reviews or gear stuff, I haven't. I mean, there's been pretty much no action. Anyway, today I want to talk about this little mixer, this Numark M2. I've been using this thing for about a month, and I am like completely surprised and impressed with it. So yeah, I would recommend this for anybody who's looking for now home use, solid two-channel mixer, and especially if you're on a budget, because this thing comes in right around $100 or a little bit less cash American, and just a great value for the money. So I want to talk about the sound. How's it going to sound? It's decent enough. I'm talking about, again, home use. So, you're not going to be playing this on a club, or unless you have Genelex or Void or Formula Sound, it's not going to make that huge of a difference at your house. I use these Tabco Thumps, which are, they're all right. They're not great, but if I had a, real top end mixer, I don't think I'm going to really get the benefits playing it on those speakers. And quite honestly, most of the time, I'm trying to keep things quiet. I use those little Logitech speakers, and I've got a little sub off in the corner there. But I mean, this it sounds clear. There's no hiss. There's no hum. It doesn't really add noise to your music. Oh, what is that site? That audio fanzine. I think it's a French site, but one of the questions, as you do mixer reviews, it's introduce she breath. And so, yeah, no, I mean, it's relatively clear, decent enough sound using it at home. Really what impressed me the most about this is the feel and the build quality. And aside from sound, of course, the tactile experience with mixing to me is huge, which is why I love using turntables and real vinyl so much. This mixer just feels quality, even though it's a little budget mixer. It's an entire total metal construction. It has a really nice finish to it. This top plate, actually, I took this off, and there's probably the actual mixer body is about an inch down there. So where some of the other budget mixers or cheaper mixers, there's a board that's bolted right to the top plate. So it's not the case in this. Otherwise, everything else just feels like it's really well put together. I'm sure it doesn't have the best components, but just the way they put this together, it just feels great. The EQ pots have like a really nice resistance to them. I mean, they just feel solid. There's like not really any side to side wiggle. They just feel great. Also, are full kill, which is nice. Similarly, the channel faders, these also have a nice resistance. There is a little bit of side to side movement, that way. But if you're, trying to be real precise with your mixing, they don't just kind of fly up. They feel where you could just blow them up. So really great. Same thing too with the Crossfader. So there are two. If there are some people that like to mix with the Crossfader, and it does have a nice resistance to it if you're going to be using it to fade. But if you want to scratch too, then it still is nice and loose. You're able to do that. And let me tell you this: on the sharpest setting, you totally are able to do pin sharp crabs. It's really not bad for scratching at all, for doing some cuts. Now, the thing I gotta imagine, though, is that this Crossfader is not going to last a real long time. If you're going to be doing heavy cutting with it, it's probably going to be prone to bleeding. The good thing about it is that it's replaceable. If you wanted to get the same fader, it's like $30. This actually will take an innofader, but there would be some soldering involved with that. I've checked out some videos. It doesn't look too bad, and people would wonder why you would put an innofader in a budget mixer like this. The rest of it is really good, so why wouldn't you? And if you look at some of those other two-channel mixers that come with mini innofaders, and those things are right around $200, $250 anyway, so you're about on par with that. Q section is nice. They have a little fader here. Again, it has great resistance to it, very precise for going between channel 1 and channel 2. And then if you wanted to, you could put that on the master as well. Phone online inputs, so you could also do the hamster scratching if you wanted to. It's got a reverse. As far as the back goes, I mean, you know, you've got a RCA master out and an RCA record out, which to me arguably is better than having for home use, how many times I got to say that, for home use, arguably a record out is more useful than having a booth out, because if you're going to be doing any recording of mixes or streaming, it's good to have that coming out at a nice steady signal. So that's about it. I mean, there's really not too much to talk about. Again, like I said, it's just a quality feel to it. You know, for $100 or a little bit less, you really can't go wrong with that. And I think what they did was, there's not really many features on here, but the money that they spent on it, they put into to building it correctly. So yeah, gets a thumbs up from me. Anyway, so that's about it. If you got any questions, pop in the comment. If you found this helpful, give me a like and subscribe. Thanks.